Hello students, today we will have a idea about the agricultural income under Income Tax Act of 1961. As we all know, agriculture is considered as the backbone of India. In our society, people earn income from different sources by doing employment, by doing business activities, by taking up professions, or by investment in various investment opportunities. Similarly, farmers earn income by doing agricultural activities, but this agricultural income, whatever they earn, is exempt from tax in India. Since beginning, by default, agricultural income is exempt from tax. There are two important reasons for this exemption from tax. One is agricultural income is in the state list, as the items which are under state list comes under the state government context. State governments were not ready to levy the tax on the agricultural income. That's why it is still not levied. And the second important reason is land revenue is being collected on the agricultural land. So people started believing that they are paying tax on the agricultural land, so they need not pay any tax additionally on the income which is derived out of agricultural land. They began treating all the incomes which are somehow connected with agricultural land as agricultural income, and this created problems to the revenue earning capacity of the government. As a result, it was important for the government to give clear definition about the agricultural income. Under Income Tax Act of 1961, Section 2, Subsection 1 defines the income to give clarity about the concept of agricultural income. Agricultural income is any rent or revenue derived from land which is situated in India and is used for agricultural purposes. So first and foremost thing is that the rent which is received or revenue received from the agricultural land which is situated in India is taken as agricultural income, and any income derived from such land by doing agriculture or by the performance of any process which is ordinarily employed to render produce fit to be taken to market. This means once the crop is ready to be harvested or the crop is harvested, the produce, agriculture produce which is to be taken to the market must be processed. Without processing the harvested agriculture produce, it cannot be marketed. So the process of converting raw produce into consumable produce, whatever the activities which one has to undertake, in that process, if that farmer or any individual earns income, then that income is to be considered as agricultural income. Similarly, by the sale of the produce by the cultivator or receiver of rent in kind, that means the owner of the agricultural land can sell the produce out of agricultural activities, or else the one who receives the rent by not doing any agricultural activities but by allowing others to use the agricultural land is also eligible to sell the agriculture produce in the market and earn the income out of that. And third one is any income derived from any building owned and occupied by the cultivator or receiver of rent in kind. Means if a person has any building in his agricultural land, he can allow others to use that building and can charge the rent on that, or can earn the income by using that building. Then such incomes are also called as agricultural income only, provided building is in the immediate vicinity of the agricultural land. That means the building which is there in the agricultural land should be near to the agricultural land only, should be in the immediate vicinity of the agricultural land, and that building should be used as dwelling house or storehouse, in the sense can be used as a go down. So any income derived out of go down which is situated in the agricultural land is to be called as agricultural income only, and the land where that building is situated is assessed to land revenue or local rate. To sum up the meaning of agricultural income, there are three important conditions to be fulfilled. The first one is the rent must be received from the agricultural land, and the second one, the land must be situated in India and that land must be used purely for the agricultural purposes. So any income which fulfills these three conditions basically can be called as agricultural income. To have more clarity about the concept of agricultural income, let us have some examples of agricultural income. The first one, income from sale of replanted trees. This means if denuded parts of the forest or vacant parts of the forest are being replanted with the trees, and subsequent operations of forestry are carried out, and any income is derived out of sale of those trees, then such incomes can be called as agricultural incomes. Similarly, rent received for agricultural land, if one is not using the agricultural land, he can use others to use that land by charging rent. Such rent received is also agricultural income. Then income from growing flowers and creepers, natural process where you can take up these activities and earn income, that will be taken as agricultural income. And share of profit of a partner from a firm engaged in agricultural operations. If a partnership firm is there which is doing any agricultural activities, and if any profit is made out of those activities, that profit earned by that company will be shared among the partners of that partnership firm. That share received by the partner is to be taken as agricultural income, not as any other heads of income. And interest on capital received by a partner from a firm engaged in agricultural operations. Just like the previous case, here also a partner may contribute his amount or his money towards the partnership firm which is carrying out agricultural activities or agricultural operations. That interest on capital, whatever he receives from the partnership firm, that income is to be taken as agricultural income. And any income derived from insurance company. As we all know, due to natural hazards or natural calamities, if any crop gets affected, if any agriculture producers of a farmer gets affected, in such circumstances the farmer may receive the compensation from the insurance company. Such compensations received by the farmer or the person who is carrying out agricultural activities can be called as agricultural incomes. The examples of non-agricultural income goes like this. The first one, income from poultry farming. Poultry farming incomes are not charged as agricultural income. Income from beehiving and income from sale of spontaneously grown trees, means the trees which naturally grow, and by the sale of those naturally grown trees, if any income is derived, that income is not called as agricultural income. Income from dairy farming we can understand. Purchase and resale of standing crop, means one is not doing any agricultural activity, but as an intermediary he purchases the standing crop. He purchases and sells the standing crop to a third party, then such incomes derived cannot be called as agricultural income. Dividend paid by a company out of its agricultural income. Dividend paid to the members of the company out of carrying out agricultural activities is not agricultural income. Then income of salt produced by flooding the land with sea water. So we know how salt is made. If the land is flooded with the sea water, and if any income is derived by that, is not called as agricultural income. Royalty income from mines. If one owns a mines in his land, in his agricultural land, and if he allows others to use that land for mining activities, and any royalty he receives, then that royalty is not called as agricultural income. Similarly, income from butter and cheese making, and quite popular nowadays is receipts from TV serial shooting in farmhouse. So if there is a farmhouse in the agricultural land, or in the land which we own or one owns, and if he receives any rent for allowing the TV serial shooting, allows the makers of TV serials to use it for shooting purpose, then that rent or income he receives is not called as agricultural income. So any income which fulfills the conditions defined under section 2 subsection 1 of the Income Tax Act 1961 will be considered as agricultural income, and any other sort of income which fails to fulfill the conditions or the rules which are mentioned under the act will not be taken as agricultural income. With this I conclude today's class. Thank you.